Welcome to Dobby Repairs. I'm Dobby the Fixing Elf. In this video I'll be setting up this tyre changer that I picked up from Tyre. I'll show you how to set it up and put it to the test by changing my first tyre with it. I'll show you a few tips I learnt along the way and let you know how it really works. So let's get into it. So the first step is to get this unboxed. As you can see, the box is already open, so we can quickly whip all the parts out. So there's the main body, also the bead brake on it, some bolts, the 3 base panels, the top knot, I'm not sure what it's called, but you tighten it down to hold the tyre in place, and the bar that comes with it that allows you to change tyres. So it's quite straightforward. So the first step we need to do is bolt on the base. You want to bolt on the longer one on first, making sure the little divot is on the same side as the bead breaker. So as you can see, you'll see it when I put it up properly. You can start these by hand. Get both of these in line so it's line up nicely. You need to put this one on first because otherwise the top two won't line up as easy. But yeah, just line them up and then tighten them down. These were 17s. So I'm just using 2 17s here just to get it all tightened down. Yours may be different. They all seem to be various different designs, but they all go together in exactly the same way. Now I'm going to put one of the side pieces on. Again, relatively straightforward. Bolt through, washer on, and then knot on the back. And then tighten it down. There's only 4 bolts to this construction, so it's quite easy to set up really. And that's that one done. Now we're going to flip it over and do the last bit. But again, it's fairly straightforward and fairly simple. I'm quite looking forward to using this and changing some more tyres with it. The tyre I'm going to change in this one is an old tyre, but I'm looking forward to in the future changing more tyres and learning more about this process. And the other thing we need to do is just turn the bead brake around the right way, so you can quickly undo it and swing it around. And just got a slip pin and a split pin. Slide the pin through and then put the split pin in. And there we are, it's all built up now. It looks fairly nice, fairly solid. Obviously you can bolt it to the ground, and here's the bar. As you see, it's got an end for putting the tyre on and an end for taking the tyre off. And you use the breaker bar, the bar in with the bead breaker here, as you can see. That's how you break a bead. And yeah, it works all fairly smoothly here. And that's obviously the tightening down part. You probably had got a proper name, but I can't think of it off the top of my head while I'm recording this audio. So yeah, I also picked up a wheel balancer, which I'm going to build now. There will be a full video on balancing tyres coming in the future once I've practiced more and got it down to a fine art, and show you the best way of doing it. But I'm just going to show you me building the tyre balancer now. And yeah, as you can see, that's the main part of the unit, and I'm going to build the base, which is just a bolt and a pole. There's the base. Obviously a bolt and a nut. We'll grab this pole over that run off. I put that first. These do tend to run off when you least expect it. And there we are. And all you want to do is just undo the 30mm nut. Let me just pull it a bit closer for you and adjust the camera a bit more. There we are. There we go. Now you can see a bit better. And yeah, so there is the 30mm nut. And a little washer. You want to put the washer on the top of it, so as you see, as I tip it over, it will fall down. Yeah, it falls off, but you want to put it at the top there, and then you want to reach under and tighten it down. Be careful, there is a pin on the end of this pole that the balancer balances on. It's like a little pin and socket, and we're going to tighten it down by hand to start off with. There's also another 30mm nut on the front here. So I'm just going to start by getting these finger tight first. So as you can see, just tighten it down by hand. Run it all the way down. You want to get it nice and secure. You don't want it wobbling while you're trying to balance the tyre. And yeah, spin them on. And they do work fairly well. I've had quite a bit of success so far with it, but I'm not quite ready to release the video just yet. I'm just going to use a pair of water pump pliers here, and I'm going to use a 30mm socket from the other side. With an extension just to tighten it down nice and easily. You want it nice and tight so it doesn't fall off or move while you're balancing stuff, as I said earlier. But yeah, there's going to be a few videos in this series of tyre changes, so look forward to them. And if you're new, like and subscribe, and there'll be a lot more videos. I'm going to put the balance on now. And there's, like I said, a little socket right at the top here, and you just want to get it all lined up. There's also adjustment screws on the top of the bubble that you can adjust to get the bubble dead bang in the centre, which is what you want to do before you start balancing tyres. And as you see, that's what I'm just about to do now. I'm just about to adjust the screws to get it nice and level. Again, the amount you need to turn the screws may vary. But yeah, once you want to get the little dot in the middle, you can't really see very well in this footage, but a little black dot, you want to get it leveled up in the middle there. And that'll give you a nice perfect balance. And there we are. You can see, I think you can see that, maybe you can't see that in the footage unfortunately. So I've just bolted this to a pallet for now, just to keep it nice and secure. All nicely bolted down. So now we're going to start doing the tyre. So the first thing we need to do is remove the valve core. So you see this little tool here, and just take out the valve so it lets all the air out. You don't want to be trying to break the bead on a tyre that's got lots of air in it, it just won't work. Don't ask me how I know. And yeah, the next step is we want to apply lots of soapy water. You can use tyre lube too, but for taking off old tyres I recommend a bit of soapy water. Just lubes up everything really nice and it seeps in between the rim and the bead. Makes it a bit easier. We'll quickly lift this up, get it all the way up, and position the bead breaker in the right place. So you may need to adjust the range of adjustment on the bead breaker to give you different lengths of tyres. This is a 16-inch tyre, and as you see it breaks fairly easily. Let me just adjust the camera so you can get a better view of what I'm actually doing. There we go. And yeah, you just put the bar in here and you pull down and it'll break the bead nice and simply. Obviously it doesn't break the bead straight away, you may need to adjust your positioning. There's a little notch on the bottom plate there which holds the tyre and stops it from sliding. Obviously I wouldn't recommend doing this with alleys without something down to protect it. And yeah, just pop it back, flip it over, and then use some more soapy water to lube up the rim again. You can't really put too much of this on. It works really well, and you have to do the same as we did on the front. On the back, it's a bit tougher on the back. Yeah, you want to break this bead off, and it might not break the bead the whole way round. You may have to flip it round and just break it in a different location. There we are. And here comes the last one. There we are. And the bead completely broken off. We're going to mount it on the machine. So we're going to lift it up, pop it over that central cone, and use a little locking tab here to hold the wheel in place. And we want to adjust this down. Just takes a bit of lining up. There we are. That's in place. Nice and secured and centered. Now I'm going to pop our little once I move the camera, a little centering cone here to hold it in place. Not the best one, you just want to make sure you get it as centered as possible. And then you're going to tighten down the little tightening bolt thing on the top and get it nice and tight. You want to make sure it's as tight as possible, so if you take your bar and put it in that little gap at the top, you can tighten it down even further. You just want to make sure it's nice and tight and secure as possible, as you see me doing here. So yeah, just get it nice and tight. And it holds it down. I recommend if you're doing alleys, put a piece of foam or something in between this and the bar. Obviously on the steel rim you don't need to worry so much. You just want to hook your bar underneath, get it under the lip of the tyre, pull down, and then in an anti-clockwise motion or clockwise motion, depending on which way you want to go, just pull the tyre up. It'll start popping the bead off, as you can see here. It's going fairly simply. Sometimes your thing will drop off, the bar will pull out. Now you can see I'm on the wrong side, so it's not going to pull the tyre up, but as you can see here, it pulls the tyre up nice and easily. That's the first one done. Now we're going to do the second bead. Again, just hook it underneath the lip of the bottom here, and pull all the tyre all the way up like that, and then just quickly walk it around and the tyre will come off. And that's the tyre removed, and it's done a fairly simple job. You can see here, the tyre is now off. Now we can install the new tyre, which is quite simple. So first I'm going to put the bottom bead on by hand, so just give it a good slam down and just push it down by hand. Obviously this is an old tyre that I'm putting on here, I'm not putting a new tyre on here just yet because I didn't have one at the time of recording this. But yeah, so now we're going to hook the bar at the other end now, and we're going to put the top bead on. This can be quite tough. Just want to angle the tyre like this and just get it nicely secure, do it like that. And once you get in the right position, it's kind of hard to show here, you want to use this end and just push down the tyre so you get into locked in like this, and then put the bar in place and you just want to slowly walk it round. It does get quite tight. You could do pushing the tyre down on the opposite edge and that gives you a bit more space. Also make sure you get it lubed up nicely. You can get it to this point, and like I said, quite a struggle, but it does do it. And there we go, that's almost done. But I have to quickly stop and just lube things up because there's not enough lubrication. So a bit more soapy water. If you're putting this on a new tyre on, I recommend using a special tyre lube. Soapy water is not the best for putting new tyres on, but it's definitely good for getting them off, and this old tyre didn't really matter. You won't be going on the road with this tyre at all. And yeah, just a bit more wiggling. Obviously it would help if you had it bolted down, but the pallet's doing quite a good job really. And there we go, that tyre is now on. Let me just give a quick look at that. There we go. You see the new tyre is on. Well, the old tyre in this case, but a new tyre if you're doing it properly. Now we're going to put some air in it. I put the valve back in already, and you'll hear it pop on. Sometimes it can be a bit tricky, but this tyre goes on fairly easily and fairly well. Sometimes it can be a bit of a pain, but this one seemed to work out really easily. As you can see, it pop there and pop again, and there we are. And there we are. Just speed things up while I fill it up with air. But yeah, it's all securely remounted now. All the beads in place nicely, and it's gone fairly smoothly. So now we're nearly finished filling it up with air. You want to fill it up to the right pressure that you want before you balance it. So I've just balanced this one here. You can't really see very well in this footage, but it is all nicely balanced. Hopefully you can see there, but I'm not sure if the camera's good enough to pick it up. It is balanced. Like I said, there'll be a full video on balancing. Overall, I found this process quite easy and quite quick. Obviously if you're using alleys, you need to use more protection. There's also a duckbill modification that you can get for changing tyres, and that is something I plan to pick up in the future, so that'll be a future video on this series as well. But overall, this manual tyre changer did a fairly decent job, and definitely something you can do at home with a bit of practice. So if you're looking to change your own tyres, I recommend starting here and following this series for more tips. Thanks for watching. If you found this video helpful or entertaining, don't forget to hit that like button. It really helps both the channel and me out. If you're new here, consider subscribing. I post 2 videos a week, so by subscribing, you'll never miss a thing. Got any questions or suggestions? Drop a comment down below, and I'll do my best to reply to everyone. Here at Dobby Repairs, we're all about helping you learn how to work on your vehicle safely and showing you don't need to spend a fortune on tools to get the job done. Want to support the channel further? Become a member, starting at just 99p. Members get perks like early access to videos and more exclusive content. Keep fixing, and I'll see you in the next one.